Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar coin, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. In the vast landscape of American numismatics, one coin stands out for its historical significance, its intricate design, and the curiosity it evokes among collectors. That coin is the 2007 Wyoming quarter, part of the 50-state quarters program. While many may have glanced at this quarter in their pocket without a second thought, it holds a fascinating story. One that stretches from the rugged peaks of Wyoming to the heart of the U.S. Mint, where it was crafted as a symbol of state pride and national heritage. To understand the true allure of the 2007 Wyoming quarter, we need to journey back to the inception of the state quarters program in 1999. The United States Mint, in partnership with Congress, launched this initiative as a way to honor all 50 states in a unique and artistic manner. Each year, 5 new designs were introduced, and each design symbolized something significant about the state it represented. Whether it was a landmark, a cultural icon, or an important historical figure, the program was a massive hit, not only among coin collectors but also with the general public. It sparked a wave of interest in American coinage, with millions of Americans checking their change for these limited edition designs. By 2007, the state quarters program was nearing its conclusion, and Wyoming was the 44th state to be honored in this series. Wyoming became a state in 1890, and it was eager to showcase its pride through the design of its quarter. The Wyoming quarter was released on June 4, 2007, and its design immediately caught the attention of coin enthusiasts and casual observers alike. The design, crafted by artist John Flanagan, features a stunning depiction of a bucking horse and rider, a symbol that has become synonymous with the state's rich history and rodeo culture and its wild, untamed spirit. The image of a bucking horse represents Wyoming's deep connection to the frontier spirit. It's a reminder of the state's cowboy heritage, where rodeo events have been an integral part of local life for generations. The figure of the rider adds a human touch to this iconic scene, embodying the bravery, skill, and determination of those who made Wyoming their home. Above the image of the horse and rider, the words "Equality State" are inscribed, referring to Wyoming's distinction as the first state to grant women the right to vote, a historical achievement that is a source of immense pride for the state. Beneath the image, you'll find the year of minting, 2007, and the inscription Wyoming, solidifying the connection between this remarkable coin and its state of origin. The coin's reverse side features the familiar design of George Washington, in line with all quarters released during the state quarters program. Washington's portrait has been a mainstay on U.S. quarters since 1932, offering continuity in an otherwise rapidly changing series. However, what sets this coin apart is its intricate reverse design, which showcases Wyoming's history and culture in vivid detail. It's a masterclass in engraving, where every curve of the bucking horse, every fold in the rider's clothing, and every contour of the state's landscape tells a part of Wyoming's story. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, the 2007 Wyoming quarter is made of the same copper-nickel-clad composition that has become synonymous with U.S. quarters since 1965. It's a durable, affordable coin that circulated widely in the year of its release, just like its fellow state quarters. However, while many people were content to see this coin as just another piece of change, a select group of collectors began to recognize its potential value, not just for its aesthetic beauty, but for its scarcity and cultural significance. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is often the key factor in determining value. The 2007 Wyoming quarter, though not initially considered rare, was produced in a relatively limited quantity. The U.S. Mint released a total of 1.3 billion of these quarters across both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While this may seem like a large number, the rate of circulation and the sheer number of collectors who actively sought out quarters with specific features or errors began to elevate the coin's status. Over time, the 2007 Wyoming quarter began to gain attention, especially those that had unique characteristics, such as die errors or uncirculated versions. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 2007 Wyoming quarter is the potential for certain variations. While most of the coins in circulation were regular issue coins, a small number of them were struck with rare errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes. These error coins, due to their unique imperfections, quickly became highly sought after by collectors. A double die, for example, occurs when a coin is struck multiple times in slightly misaligned positions, resulting in doubled features. This type of error can create coins that are incredibly valuable to the right collector. Likewise, off-center strikes, where the design appears to be shifted or incomplete, are rare and often considered prized possessions among numismatists. But beyond the error coins, the overall appeal of the 2007 Wyoming quarter lies in its connection to American history and culture. The quarter's design evokes a sense of pride for Wyoming residents and those with ties to the American West. It celebrates the pioneering spirit, the strength of community, and the resilience of the people who made the state what it is today. The image of the bucking horse and rider is not only an iconic symbol of Wyoming, but also a representation of the broader values that define America's identity, values of freedom, adventure, and the pursuit of dreams, no matter how difficult the journey. For many collectors, the 2007 Wyoming quarter is a piece of history they want to hold on to, a tangible reminder of a time when the country came together to celebrate each of its states in a tangible way. These quarters serve as a memento of a golden era in American numismatics, when the U.S. Mint's state quarters program captivated the nation and left behind a legacy that continues to inspire coin collectors to this day. Over time, as the years passed, the 2007 Wyoming quarter became a sought-after item on the secondary market. As more collectors began to pay attention to the rarity and significance of state quarters, certain examples of the Wyoming quarter, particularly those in mint condition or with unique errors, began to appreciate in value. As of today, a 2007 Wyoming quarter in mint condition can fetch a respectable price, but the real story lies with the high-value examples, the ones that have turned heads and shocked collectors with their remarkable worth. The most impressive reveal in the story of the 2007 Wyoming quarter is its current value. While most people are familiar with the face value of a quarter, 25 cents, those who understand the world of coin collecting know that certain quarters can fetch a lot more. A flawless, uncirculated 2007 Wyoming quarter, particularly one with a rare error, can now be worth upwards of $35,000. That's right, this humble quarter, once worth just 25 cents, has transformed into a prized collector's item with a price tag in the tens of thousands of dollars. This value is not just a random fluke. It's the result of careful preservation, rarity, and a growing demand for coins that represent a specific moment in time. For coin collectors, these types of discoveries are what make the hobby so exciting. The thrill of finding a rare coin, whether by luck or expert knowledge, is a part of what drives the numismatic world. And for the lucky few who happen to stumble upon a rare 2007 Wyoming quarter, the financial payoff can be enormous. So, what makes the 2007 Wyoming quarter so valuable? Is it the design? The historical significance? Or is it simply the rarity of finding a coin in such pristine condition? It's all of these factors combined. The 2007 Wyoming quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It's a snapshot of a moment in American history, a symbol of the nation's diversity and strength. It represents the ideals that have shaped Wyoming, the West, and the entire United States: freedom, courage, and a relentless drive to forge ahead. No matter the obstacles, if you're lucky enough to find one of these coins in your pocket change, don't dismiss it too quickly. It could very well be a valuable treasure, hidden in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who has never given much thought to coins, the 2007 Wyoming quarter serves as a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary things can come from the most ordinary places. Top 2. The 1974 Washington quarter dollar is one of those coins that captivates both collectors and history enthusiasts alike. It's a simple piece of currency on the surface, yet when you dig deeper, you uncover a story about American heritage, numismatic significance, and incredible value. Today, we'll take an in-depth journey through its creation, historical context, and the circumstances that make this coin so special, leading up to the grand reveal of its astonishing value today. Buckle up, because you won't want to miss a moment of this fascinating story. The Washington quarter dollar is a cornerstone of American coinage, having been minted for over 90 years. But the 1974 issue holds a particular place in the hearts of collectors. To understand why this seemingly ordinary coin commands attention, we need to take a step back into its history. The Washington quarter first made its debut in 1932, designed by the artist John Flanagan as part of a program to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The original design, showing a bust of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, quickly became a symbol of American unity and pride. The 1974 quarter was minted in a very different America. The country was in the midst of a turbulent time, grappling with the lingering effects of the Vietnam War, political unrest, and the Watergate scandal that had just shaken the nation. However, amid this period of social upheaval, the quarter continued to serve as a steadfast reminder of the nation's roots, preserving George Washington's legacy as the nation's first president. Even as the country faced economic challenges and changing social norms, the Washington quarter remained a familiar and reliable piece of currency in everyday American life. Unlike the 1960s, when the country experienced an inflationary crisis that led to the replacement of silver with copper-nickel in many coins, the 1974 quarter was still made of the copper-nickel-clad composition that had been standard for U.S. coins since 1965. At this point, the quarter had already transitioned away from its original silver content due to the rising costs of precious metals. But in 1974, the quarter's design, composition, and place in circulation had remained relatively unchanged. That is, until we look at some of the subtle but significant variations that make the 1974 quarter so interesting to collectors. The Washington quarter design for the 1974 issue was virtually identical to that of previous years. On the obverse, we still see George Washington's portrait, a representation of the country's founding father. The profile is facing left, a classic image of Washington, with the word Liberty above his head and the year of mintage, 1974, just below. The reverse continues to display an eagle perched on an olive branch, a traditional symbol of peace and strength, with the words United States of America and E pluribus unum surrounding the eagle and quarter dollar inscribed beneath. The design was, and still is, iconic. But as with most coins, there are always a few unique characteristics that can make a particular year's issue stand out in the vast sea of circulating currency. The 1974 Washington quarter was no exception. There were various subtle variations in the way the coin was struck, and some of these variations would go on to become key features of interest for numismatists. First, let's talk about the minting details. The 1974 quarters were produced at three main U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins for general circulation, while the Denver Mint produced additional coins for the same purpose. The San Francisco Mint, meanwhile, produced proof coins for collectors, which are specially struck coins designed to be visually perfect. These proof coins, made with high-quality dies and polished to a mirror-like finish, have always been highly sought after by collectors, especially when they are in pristine condition. Now, what makes the 1974 quarter particularly interesting is the fact that some coins were struck with unique errors. These minting errors are a common occurrence in coin production and can significantly increase the value of a coin. For example, the 1974 quarter was one of the years where there were some notable errors in the minting process, including double strikes and misaligned dies. Coins with these errors, particularly those that are well preserved, have become highly valuable among collectors. Another factor contributing to the interest in the 1974 quarter is its historical significance. It was produced at a time when the country was transitioning politically and socially. The Watergate scandal was a major political event that dominated the headlines, and the U.S. was still reeling from the Vietnam War and its aftermath. Coins minted during this time have often been considered symbols of an era in American history, giving them additional layers of meaning for collectors who are interested in the broader context of the times. At this point, you might be asking, what makes a coin like the 1974 Washington quarter so valuable? After all, it's just a piece of currency that was produced in large quantities. So, how does a simple quarter from 1974 climb in value to $65,000? Well, the key lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and errors. In the world of coin collecting, a coin's value isn't simply determined by the year it was minted, but by how rare or unique it is. The 1974 quarter, despite being minted in large numbers, has certain characteristics that make it particularly scarce in high-quality condition. Condition is everything in the world of numismatics. Most coins that were produced for circulation are, unsurprisingly, not in perfect condition. Years of use in everyday transactions result in wear and tear, and by the time a coin reaches the hands of a collector, it might have lost much of its original luster. But coins that are in excellent or near-perfect condition are far more valuable. For the 1974 quarter, those that have been preserved in uncirculated, pristine condition are especially sought after. A coin graded as MS 67 or higher by a reputable grading service could fetch a significant premium compared to one with wear or scratches. And then there are the error coins. The 1974 Washington Quarter is particularly famous for the minting errors that occurred during its production. One of the most notable errors that collectors are looking for is the 1974 DDO, double diobverse, a coin that features doubling in the inscriptions, particularly on the word liberty. This type of error occurs when the coin's dies are misaligned during production, causing the design to be struck more than once. A double die error on the Washington Quarter is a rare find, and coins with this mistake are incredibly valuable, with some selling for tens of thousands of dollars. When it comes to market value, the rarity of these error coins plays a huge role in driving prices up. Some of the 1974 Washington Quarters with these errors, or in near-perfect condition, have been known to fetch prices as high as $65,000 at auction. This astronomical price is not because of the coin's face value, but because of its rarity, its condition, and the unique errors that make it a prized possession in the numismatic world. How can you tell if you have a rare, valuable 1974 Washington Quarter in your collection? The first thing you should do is examine the coin carefully for any signs of minting errors. Look for doubled letters or any inconsistencies in the design. If you have a coin that looks unusually pristine for its age, it may also be worth getting it professionally graded. A professional grader can assess the coin's quality and assign it a grade based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. It's important to note that most 1974 Washington Quarters won't fetch prices anywhere near $65,000. But the few that have the right combination of error and condition are worth their weight in gold, or in this case, silver and copper nickel. For collectors, these coins represent more than just a small piece of metal. They are tangible pieces of American history, encapsulating a time of great change and uncertainty, while also reflecting the enduring legacy of George Washington himself. In conclusion, the 1974 Washington Quarter Dollar may seem like a simple coin at first glance, but its history, design, and occasional minting errors make it an object of great interest to collectors. Whether it's the political context of the 1970s, the artistry of the Washington portrait, or the rarity of error coins, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. The value of the 1974 quarter, especially for those in pristine condition or with rare errors, is a testament to the enduring allure of American coinage. So, if you happen to have one of these special coins in your collection, take a closer look. It could very well be a small treasure worth thousands of dollars. Top 3. The 1970 Washington Quarter Dollar is a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but beneath its surface lies a fascinating history, a remarkable design, and an impressive market value that continues to intrigue collectors and numismatists to this day. To truly appreciate the significance of the 1970 Washington Quarter, we need to dive deep into its origins, the socio-political climate of the era, its minting details, and the subtle variations that make this coin so attractive to collectors. By the end of this journey, we'll explore the factors that have contributed to its incredible value, a value that has seen coins from this year reaching as much as $60,000 in the right condition. So, let's get started and uncover the story behind the 1970 Washington Quarter Dollar. The history of the Washington Quarter starts back in 1932, when the coin was first introduced to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Designed by artist John Flanagan, the quarter featured a portrait of Washington on the obverse and a majestic eagle on the reverse, which symbolized both strength and freedom. The coin's design was instantly iconic and became a lasting symbol of American values. Fast forward to 1970, and while the United States was undergoing significant changes, both socially and politically, the Washington Quarter had maintained its place as a staple in American coinage. In 1970, the U.S. was embroiled in the Vietnam War, and domestic tensions were high with issues like civil rights and the fight for equality dominating the national discourse. But amidst these turbulent times, the Washington Quarter continued to circulate, becoming a silent witness to a critical period in American history. The coin, which had already been minted for nearly 40 years, was still as recognizable and reliable as ever.In 1965. A significant change occurred in U.S. coinage when the country decided to transition from silver to copper-nickel alloys in most of its circulating coins due to the rising cost of silver. By the time 1970 rolled around, the Washington quarter was no longer made from 90% silver, but rather from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This shift would prove to be an important turning point in American coinage, and it marked the 1970 quarter as part of the modern era of minting. The 1970 Washington quarter has an unmistakable design that was virtually unchanged from previous years. The obverse, which displays George Washington's portrait, remains a testament to his legacy as the first president of the United States. His image, facing left, is framed by the word Liberty above and the year of mintage, 1970, below. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum," which are meant to symbolize the nation's belief in God and its unity. On the reverse of the coin, we find an eagle perched upon an olive branch, with the words "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" once again surrounding it. Below the eagle, we see the denomination quarter dollar. This reverse design, also created by John Flanagan, has remained one of the most enduring symbols of the nation's power, pride, and commitment to peace. The eagle, with its outstretched wings, exudes strength, while the olive branch signifies the country's desire for peace, an elegant visual contrast that continues to resonate with Americans. But while the design may seem straightforward, the story of the 1970 Washington quarter dollar is not just about its appearance. As with all coins, certain minting details play a crucial role in the value and desirability of a coin. In 1970, the U.S. Mint produced Washington quarters at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins for general circulation, while the Denver Mint also struck quarters for circulation. The San Francisco Mint, however, was tasked with producing proof coins, specially struck coins with a mirrored finish intended for collectors. For most people, the 1970 Washington quarter was a simple coin used in everyday transactions, with millions of these coins entering circulation. But for collectors, the rarity and condition of a coin are what truly matter. And when it comes to the 1970 Washington quarter, certain factors make it much more desirable than the vast majority of its counterparts. One of the key factors is the presence of certain minting errors, which have made the 1970 quarter one of the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. coinage. For example, one of the most significant errors that collectors look for is the 1970 DDO, double die obverse, a coin where the lettering and numbers on the obverse are doubled due to a mistake in the die striking process. This error occurs when the dies used to strike the coin are misaligned, resulting in the design being pressed into the coin more than once. The result is a visible doubling of certain letters or numbers, often seen on the word Liberty or the year 1970. This kind of error is rare and highly prized by collectors, as it makes the coin unique compared to other 1970 quarters, which were struck without any such issues. Another potential factor that adds value to a 1970 Washington quarter is its condition. As with any coin, the quality and appearance of the piece play a huge role in determining its market value. Most quarters that were minted in 1970 were used in daily transactions and show signs of wear, such as scratches, fading, or dings. These coins are still valuable, but typically only worth a few dollars above face value. However, coins that have been well preserved and have not been heavily circulated can fetch significantly higher prices, especially if they're graded as uncirculated or in mint state condition. For collectors, coins that have been graded by professional services such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, hold more value. These organizations assess the quality of a coin and assign it a grade based on its appearance. A coin with a grade of MS 65 or higher, mint state 65 or better, is considered to be in excellent condition, and such coins can demand a higher premium. If the coin also has a minting error, such as the DDO, the value skyrockets. Now, let's talk about the real question on everyone's mind. What makes the 1970 Washington quarter so valuable? Well, there are several factors at play. First, we have the rarity of coins with minting errors, particularly the DDO variety. As these errors are relatively uncommon, they automatically become more valuable to collectors. Second, the condition of the coin matters significantly. Coins in mint or near-mint condition fetch much higher prices than coins that have been circulated extensively. And finally, the proof coins, especially those produced at the San Francisco Mint, are highly coveted by collectors due to their superior craftsmanship and mirror-like finish at SO. How much is the 1970 Washington quarter worth today? While most 1970 quarters are worth only a few dollars above their face value, the rare varieties, especially the DDO errors and coins in perfect condition, have seen their value rise dramatically over the years. Some of these coins have been known to sell at auction for as much as $60,000, depending on their rarity, quality, and demand among collectors. The presence of a double die error on a well-preserved coin can cause its value to skyrocket, as collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unique specimens to add to their collections. For anyone who owns a 1970 Washington quarter and suspects that it might be more than just an ordinary coin, it's worth taking the time to carefully inspect it for any signs of error. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers, especially around the word Liberty or the year 1970. Also, pay attention to the coin's overall condition. If it looks like it's in excellent shape, with little or no wear, it could be worth a lot more than you think. A coin graded in mint condition could command a premium price, so it's always a good idea to have your coin professionally graded by an expert. In conclusion, the 1970 Washington quarter dollar is a coin with much more significance than it might first appear. While it shares many similarities with the other quarters minted during the same era, its rare errors, coupled with its historical context, have made it one of the most sought-after coins for collectors. Whether it's the iconic design featuring George Washington or the intriguing possibility of finding a rare double die error, the 1970 Washington quarter holds a special place in the world of numismatics. The value of a 1970 Washington quarter is not just tied to its metal composition or the year it was minted. Rather, it's about the rarity, the condition, and the stories that these coins can tell. So, if you have a 1970 Washington quarter in your collection, take a moment to appreciate its place in American history and consider having it professionally graded. Who knows, you might be holding a rare coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating exploration of the 1970 Washington quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth stories from the world of coin collecting. And remember, the next hidden treasure might just be in your pocket.